Yo, what's going on guys? It is Super Nintendo Dude here, back with another video. And today, I'm going to be talking about a game that helped me out a lot. And that game is Splatoon. Okay, so basically the start of the story is that, growing up, I've played a lot of games. Of course, those games primarily being Nintendo. But one day, one very fateful day, Fortnite Battle Royale came to the Nintendo Switch, and I was hooked. I still played Smash Brothers. I was still playing, a little bit of Splatoon here and there. I was playing the Pokemon games that was coming out. Fortnite always stuck around with me for the entire years. I started in Chapter 1, Season 3, right? I started, and I've been playing it consistently, every single Battle Pass, playing every single season, keeping up with literally every single version update within a season. And there'd be like 10 different versions. I was in creative mode like every single day, seeing what they changed, how the bullet spread changed, how the movement changed, how the animation, literally everything. Back when I was heavy on Fortnite, back when I was heavy on that game, I could tell you about 10 different updates that happened in this season that nobody knew about. And it was absolutely crazy. Of course, I have no proof of this because, I wasn't recording anything back in the day, but, granted, it was whatever. But now with modern day gaming, it just kind of sucks now. Same thing with Overwatch. I used to love Overwatch back in the day. When that came to Switch, I was like, oh my gosh, thankfully, I can finally play this. Because growing up, I was a Wii and a Wii U boy. We didn't get Overwatch. I always wanted to play Overwatch. I watched Overwatch gameplay, but I never did get the chance to play. So when it came to Switch, I was like, oh my goodness, this is finally my chance. And now, if you like the current state of the games, these games are still popular. People are still playing these games, but they are in a worse state than they were before. So me personally, why would I want to indulge in that? I'm trying to quit these games. I quit Overwatch. I'll probably never go back to it ever, unless they have these. Unless they have like those servers that people bring up themselves for people to play older versions. I probably will never go back unless it's something like that. Same thing with Fortnite. I'm trying to quit it right now. I've been playing it consistently for like 6 years. But, I'm done with it. These games aren't good. So I had this problem. I just wanted to play multiplayer shooters, but I had nothing to play. These games are in a worse and worse state, and I could go into that on a separate time because I'm fully 100% convinced that these games are in a worse state than when they first came out, or how they were a couple of years ago. I'm fully convinced that these games are in a worse state, and that state is no longer enjoyable for me. So I was like, I need to play a multiplayer game that I really like, and I don't know. And for a while, I was starting to play Guns the Duel. I'm not good at that game at all, but it's a very fun game. I'll probably learn and get good at it. I was like, okay, that game takes a really long time to play. What's a game that I already maybe know that I could play? I'll try Valorant. Nah, I didn't like Valorant. I'll try Apex Legends? Call of Duty, maybe? Yeah, that was not happening. So, I'm sitting in my room wondering, what in the world should I play? And I was like, what about Splatoon? I've always loved Splatoon. I played on the Wii U, of course, growing up. One of my favorite games of all time. Probably like top 5. I also played Splatoon 2, another great game. I enjoyed it also. I had no problems with it. And I also got Splatoon 3 when that game first came out. I'll say that story for another time, but I got that game when it first came out too, on launch day. Maybe I'll play Splatoon. I boot up Splatoon and I start playing it and I'm like, oh yeah. This is what I remember. This game is super fun. But then after a while, it's like, I wish this game had voice chat. I want to talk to people. I want to meet new people on this game. But of course, if you know Nintendo doesn't do voice chat. And you know what? That's fair. You get a lot of toxic people playing voice chat and stuff like that. So I understand why they won't do that or will never do that besides, their own moderated app that they have. And I was like, but I'm not going to use that moderated app and most people don't use it. So I was like, what should I do? I made a TikTok. And I went on my phone and I was like, hey, I want to play Splatoon with people. Let me know if you're cool if I record it and stuff like that. I want to meet new people because I'm tired of playing alone and, not being on chats with anybody or whatever. And then I was like, I bet 40 people will see it and I bet like 3 or 5 will respond. I'll just make like a little group chat for all of us to talk in. We'll play like once or twice every week. That's not what happened. I think that video got like 1.7K views, which still isn't a lot on TikTok because TikTok things can really blow up out of nowhere. So on the TikTok end, that's still kind of low or whatever. The thing is that I got a couple people in my DMs. I got like 30 comments of people being like, yo, I want to play Splatoon, yo, I want to play Splatoon, I want to play Splatoon, I want to play Splatoon, I want to play Splatoon. We all want to play Splatoon. So I was like, okay, what do? Okay, I just followed everybody back who said they want to play Splatoon. I left a comment on every single post, and then some people DM'd me, and then I DM'd a couple of people. I was like, oh my goodness, how am I gonna get everybody in here? Maybe I can make one large Discord group chat, but I was like, oh, that's not gonna work, because Discord has group chat limits. And then something in the comments was like, make a Discord, and I was like, oh, I haven't made a Discord in a long time. And but somebody offered to make a group chat. Shout out to Dave. You know, Dave, thank you very much for making the Discord server. I'm not saying that I couldn't have done it, but you know, they offered to. So I was like, you know what, why not? This will be a good way to build trust and a foundation in the community. So I'm not some power hungry overlord like, oh, you can't do that. No, memes in general or anything like that. I met a lot of cool people. You know, the Splatoon community is very talented. You know, they got a lot of cool art over there. So if you're ever in the Splatoon community, be expected for people to give you art. I also have a Splatoon video coming up. I had 2 people offer to just give me free thumbnails. So if you see a nice, well-y drawn, amazing thumbnail, it wasn't me. All the other thumbnails, those are me. That one though, is not gonna be me. Anything drawn is most likely not gonna be by me. And you know, I had a great time. I, you know, talked to people in the Discords and stuff like that. You know, we all played Splatoon. I was like, wow, this is way, way better. You know, I heard people, you know, talk about their play styles and stuff like that. Just the type of weapons that they, you know, like to use. I was like, oh wow, a lot of people like chargers and snipers in this game. That's very interesting. It was just overall a great experience. I guess this is the time where I say, join the Discord if you like Splatoon, or if you just want to keep up with my content. I put my upload announcements on there and my live streams. So if you want to check that out too. You know, keeping up with me, I guess. And while I'm on the topic of that, I remember back, I think it was, what's it called? What's that gaming event? Remember when the Game Awards, I think Splatoon came out in 2023, right? If I believe so, yeah. Splatoon came out in like 2023, I think, or 2022. I remember whatever the Game Awards was for that year. I remember Splatoon won like best multiplayer shooter, and people were like, this crappy little Nintendo game out of everything won over big Fortnite and big Overwatch and big Apex Legends and big new Call of Duty that comes out every single year. That's the exact same game. Yes, I am dropping shade on you guys. Shame on you. Well, I bet at least 99% of people who said that Splatoon shouldn't have gotten like best multiplayer game for that have not played Splatoon. And the thing is that in those communities, those are the communities that are complaining about every single update that drops for those games. And most of the time it's true, because game developers are, but you know, people just ain't doing it like Nintendo. They know how to drop a good update, all right? They know what they're doing over there, I'm just saying. Shout out to Splatoon. I love the community, I love the game. And if you are somebody who is sick of playing the same games because you have that basic starter pack of playing a random shooter, you know, playing those shooters like I talked about, or playing 2K, FIFA, Madden, whatever those lame sports games are, and then you played Spider-Man and God of War, right? You played your 2 little single player games, and then you're like, that's it or whatever. If that's all you're playing, man, you're not gonna enjoy gaming. But if you expand your taste to other areas, probably gonna enjoy it. And I will make a video about how Nintendo is better than literally every other gaming company right now. People are, that video is not going to do well, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for that. But you know what? It's the truth, and I will stand on my ground. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys stayed to the end of my rant. Thank you very much. This is something that I really did need to talk about, because Splatoon is genuinely a game that deserves it, and it's a game that people should play. It is probably one of the most, if not the most, unique shooter that has like ever came out of all time. Straight up, truly. There are too many other games. Every other shooter is trying to be like literally every other shooter, and literally that's going to be all of their downfall. Anyways, what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, it's okay. I will earn it one day, hopefully. Anyways, this has been Super Nintendo Dude, and I'll see you boys later. Peace.